Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the round of 32. This is for the Spring Championships 2015. Maybe there'll be one next year. I have no idea. I'm just speculating. I decided that saying round of something for 2015 would sound good to say, and it probably did. So hopefully it did. Anyway, we do have indeed Blackstar OP versus Goongoon. Game number 2. Obviously, game 1, if you're watching this on YouTube, you will most likely have seen it. It was a recorded game, and I casted it probably if I did. And that's because these two, Blackstar on a tight schedule. Here he is in the east of the map in the color green, playing as Japan. Just waiting for the game to start. There it goes. Starting with, this is where my tapir spawned, by the way. The screen just ran, if you noticed that, the screen just like moves you for no reason.
Yep, I've noticed that. Yeah, now that I know what it is, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's the tapir spawning or something like that. Anyway, starting with the coin, but let's explain what's going on. Blackstar on a tight schedule. He's got some stuff planned today probably, and he had to start game 1 without us whilst we were casting a different series. So we missed game 1, but I'll get that up on YouTube, so this will look all fine and dandy. But this is game number 2, playing as the Japanese. They're laying down that consulate. That's the first thing he's going to do. Going to ally himself with the Portuguese, most likely, coming across 150 coin. That's a really good treasure, considering it's just 3 wolves. I mean, 150 wood would be better, obviously, because it's well, wood is just
but
better.
But this isn't vanilla, so
no, it's not. Oh yes, that's true. But still a good treasure, considering the Guardians. Pretty easy to take them out, as you can see there. But going to ally himself with the Portuguese, and that makes all the buildings cost less, including shrines, including your age up. Going to be really good for Japan. Stack that with the Heavenly Kami shipment, which also reduces shrine costs and makes them gather more. Really, really potent stuff. A really nice boom, so to speak, for Japan. But
let's see whose consulate is going to finish first. Goongoon with the slightly earlier consulate, 200 HP left on Blackstars. I mean,
yeah.
It's funny actually. If you are slow on the consulate, you can get housed. Like both these players are well within time though, so it's not even going to come up here. Goongoon's house already going down. Blackstar OP hasn't started his yet. No. That's what I'm really looking for. But he's got time. The last villa is being trained now, so this house needs to go down or idle time might happen.
Yeah, it's just finished researching the Portuguese. He got it in at 1 minute 30, so it's been active for 5. But yeah, it's just saying, like, you want to wait for it, really, ideally, because it reduces the cost by 15%. So if you wait until you get that, then build your first shrine. Obviously, you don't have to spend as much wood, but the thing is, if
you have to wait, though.
Yeah,
sorry, you have to wait because look at how much wood you've chopped. You've planned for 107 wood to build it. Like you plan for the reduced cost, so if you have to wait. You can't even like decide to not idle. You have to do it right.
Or you have to collect the extra wood, say if you found a treasure or something. But like that's pointless. Like you want to wait. So you can idle yourself. That's the basic thing. But it is a mirror, and both players are going to be doing the same thing. So what I said for, of course, Blackstar is going to be true for Goongoon. It is the Japan mirror, but Blackstar OP, possibly one of the favourites to win this tournament here. Do we have a treasure contention? Blue is fairly close to this 95 wood treasure. It's a pretty big treasure. Of course, that's a shrine and a bit of extra wood. And you can see here, I think Blackstar just going to get out of there. He knows they're stunned. They're not going to shoot him. You get out of the radius, and these things will go back to full HP. Not even going to risk it.
Yeah, that's wise, I think. In practice games, I go for like every single treasure, but in like a game that really matters, I'd be careful. But this Nootka, I don't know if we've talked about this yet. This is huge. And
oh wow, yeah.
Like, he should just go fight the explorers, though. I mean, he can just wreck that. He can wreck both the explorers with the Nootka.
He can, but I think here Blackstar really doesn't like it because a Nootka Clubman is essentially a native pikeman, and it does a lot of damage. It is only one pikeman, but it's going to take out this shrine. It's doing a lot of damage. You can see Blackstar's not happy about that. Got his 2 months to focus it down.
It's going to die. What if he gets housed?
Wow, that's... Oh my goodness, he's at 13 villages. He needs to queue all the villas now if he wants to. He has to anticipate.
He won't get housed.
No.
way.
Okay.
Like, I wish he would. I really want to see him get housed because that would be amazing.
Yeah.
No divine strike luck either for him.
He would have had to anticipate how many villages he needed to queue, and then before he, so that he'd have enough food to lay down the wonder, because obviously you can queue them, and then it doesn't, like, even if you're overpopped, if they're in the queue, they'll still train, which is good. But do you think, like, Yeri's probably going to take this shrine down at some point, even though that clubman's gone. Do you think maybe he should have just focused down those 2 explorers? He had the extra unit.
I would have gone for the explorers there, because I think it's really influential to get them, because they build houses. Like, this one house may die eventually. And I like how Goongoon said he kind of challenging Blackstar and being the king of sleaziness. That's definitely a Blackstar play for sure. Randomly getting a Nootka Clubman and then killing your first shrine with it, and you get housed in H1. Like, How does that happen? This shrine's going to go down.
Hashtag sleazy. Yeah, it's gonna go down.
I think he
Absolutely.
should be building his first house, though. Is he building them with bills or something? He's not. I guess he's just delaying it to kill this shrine, which is like, I don't know.
It's
It's not.
okay, but like at the same time, yeah, he kills this shrine, but he does just give Blackstar that 95 wood treasure that they both know about. So it's not like he's lost anything really. It's like,
No, Blackstar came out ahead.
yeah, because
Right?
he's not done any scouting.
Well, because it's because the 95 wood cancels out the cost of the kill shrine. So and he wasted a lot more time doing it. So meanwhile, Blackstar's established 2 shrines, and Goongoon's just, I mean, slightly behind for that play, in my opinion.
Yeah, but still, it's definitely tempting to take out the shrine, and I still think it was a perfectly reasonable thing to do, absolutely. But, yep, both players now aging. Blackstar is slightly ahead, only slightly, though. I don't really think it's going to make a huge amount of difference. What are we going to see from these players?
I don't know. I mean, we got 2 players who are both, to Goongoon's point, a lot of people may not realize he does do, like, some crazy stuff sometimes. Like, he'll send 5 Ashy sometimes and, like, do kind of crazy stuff. Whereas Blackstar, like, he also does crazy stuff, but he's very predictable. Like, what Blackstar is gonna do is make as few Ashy as possible, and then he's gonna go H3, ship 2 flaming arrows, then go industrial, and then ship 4 flaming arrows. And he's gonna try to win
I've
with just the
definitely seen
flaming
him do
arrows.
that.
That's what he's gonna do for sure. Both players, by the way, right now are sending fishing boats. They're gonna pop like any second if
Well,
they're on their
Fishing
macro.
Fleet is definitely being sent from Blackstar. It's at 90% complete right now in the improvements tab, but Goongoon hasn't got it in queue at all. He's actually burning his relationship with the Portuguese. He's gonna go. He's ending that.
I don't agree with that at all. The fishing boats are just so good.
Perhaps he has some crazy sort of aggro build in mind or something. I don't know. Like, what is the who do you rely yourself to?
No, you rely yourself to Japan. You make 5 clubs. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And that's what you do on land maps. It's standard. But what you should do is the boats and then switch to clubs. And you can still get like 1 or 2 clubs. Blackstar is not the kind of guy who's going to cancel his relationship with Portuguese probably ever. So I think that overall the fishing boats was a little bit of a mistake. But I have this feeling that Goongoon's choices will be a bit better with how he uses the Japan.
I think you're right. But at the same time, yes, he doesn't get his 3 fishing boats, and those things are really good. And as you can see, Green does have those. They're gathering away. It's like a 3-vil shipment. That's really strong. But will this give him enough? Will this give him any tempo? Will he be able to secure like some sort of early aggro lead from having Clubman out sooner or something?
I think he will actually. Like those shrines are very vulnerable. And what ends up happening is both players have Ashy, but only one guy's got the clubs. And you see how perfectly he timed this. He's placed all his shrine foundations from his 600 wood that he wanted to get out of port, and now he's just going to use the clubs to try to secure a colonial advantage.
Yeah, and this is interesting in this mirror. I think Japan mirrors can be really one of the more exciting mirrors to watch. I am actually a fan of mirrors, but Japan mirrors always tend to like sort of they're always fighting over something, and that's the shrines in the middle of the map. There's a lot of things to be fought for.
Yeah, and now we're just going to see how many Ashy both players can get out. It looks like 10 out of Blackstar, and that's probably helped out by the fishing boats. I wonder if Goongoon's going to get 10 out. He started a little bit later. I'm thinking he can with the resources got stacked. Right there it is. Yeah, he'll get 10. There they are.
Yep.
10 pop.
But very similar so far in build. Maybe the tempo will pay off, but then again, the longer this game goes on, those 3 fishing ships are going to be really useful. But both players so far, obviously, loads of improvements on that improvements tab. Really, obviously now imperial bureaucracy going down for Goongoon. He wants to get those down, lay those down whilst you can. And now, obviously, 10 Ashes coming out. There are the clubs going to start harassing these shrines. Both players going to be doing that, as you can see in this side of the map. The shrines going down.
Yeah, one player's got the added 100. What is that? 200 siege damage of 5 clubs.
That's true. They're gonna and Blackstar isn't gonna have those for a while because he spent his export already on something else on fishing ships.
And he's just canceling relations now, so maybe both players have a colonial agenda here. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. What is he? He's aging. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm just trolling you. Why would he ever not age? So he's aging, and the relationship will end right as he clicks up. But look at Goongoon knows. Like he's practiced this. He knows exactly what Blackstar's up to, and he just says, "Screw it, I'm going in. You're not gathering resources."
Yep, gonna force those villagers. Take him one out right away. Gonna force him into that town.
Turning right away. Blackstar turning right away here. This is the muskets. 10 muskets are coming back.
Oh yeah.
This is big. Like the minutes are popping. Like if he gets a good catch on these, then he cleans it up, and he's aging.
Oh, can he catch him though? I don't know if he's gonna get snared. They're gonna get out, I think. But
Look at how
sentries.
fast they are. Just so fast, bro.
Yeah, they are fast moving. Here's another 10 extra units. Is he staying Colonial? Yeah, he is. His opponent's aging. He's putting on the pressure age too. Going to clear up these sentries and then run back in, force his opponent to stop gathering resources again, most likely.
Yeah, Blackstar has 0 units in the queue right now, and he's only got enough to queue up 2 Ashy. He's gonna, like, if Goongoon gets underneath his base, he might be in a position where he can't do anything about it. And these 5 clubs are totally uncontestable right now, and they're cleaning up all of his shrines.
Yep.
Like, slowly but surely, the eco is just kind of disappearing for Blackstar.
That's true.
Calling out the sentries, the second set of minutes, he's on his last leg here defending.
Yeah.
But he's gonna get up, and that's all he really wants to do anyway.
Yep, and once he's up, though, he does have access to those extra upgrades and things like that. Flaming Arrow is certainly going to be really good, and the tech advantage overall. It's not quite as potent, I'd say, as Japan initially, since you don't have like skirmishes that immediately are a veteran. You have to upgrade everything, but still going to be really strong for him. Oh my goodness, though, these clubmen in the back. Like, I mean, there's 2 of these two monks shooting at them, and they have managed to kill one. But the amount of damage these things have done, 40 siege attack.
Out of position. Look at this, out of position.
Yeah.
He's getting baited by the clubs, and I think, like, surprise 30 Ashy, like, all of a sudden in your base again, and he's going to have to turn on that.
Yeah, he's going to get the clubman, though, absolutely. But here now, Blue coming into his base, and there's not really anything to stop Blue from tearing down a barracks or forcing the villagers into the town centre. Certainly those Yumi, you know, going to do a little bit of damage, and certainly they have more range, but really, then there's not enough of them to stop him, though he is going to leave, having said that.
Yeah, I mean, he got in their ville, and he's managed to slow down a little bit of Blackstar's economy. And has he dropped the Wonder yet? Looks like he's not even going to age. I'm not sure what he's doing.
No, is he committing to Colonial?
I don't know. Where's my Q-tap? I'm not sure what he's doing.
Looks like he's just sent Ashigari Musketeer attack.
He's trying to age, but he doesn't have any more gold mine.
No.
He's gotten a little bit awkwardly timed out there. And here it comes, the 2 flaming arrow, I guarantee it, and then right click on the person's town center.
Yeah, and that's going to be really tough for Goongoon, being in the colonial age. I mean, what do you make to deal with flaming arrows? Those things are not quite as good as falconets, though they do have more range. Going to be really strong against this mass of musketeers. He's going to have to make cavalry, really, to deal with flaming arrows, because what else do you make?
But you definitely don't age up.
And now he's aging, and he's just sent 2 cherry orchards as well. He's just spent 2,200 resources on a wonder, and this shipment of cherry orchards he's just sent does nothing in terms of military, and the storm is coming. Like, that's really not too good for him. It's going to be really hard to weather this.
Yeah, it's going to be... Like, look at them just getting right in the base. And, yeah, Goongoon's got to be feeling a little sad about that.
That's not good. Like, and these things are all going to be... Like, they already are. They're disciplined. Like, pulling the centuries and the thingies. They're going to try and sandwich him in so he can get the most out of his Minutemen. But there are all of these things. And there's Ashies mixed in there. They're all disciplined. It's essentially veteran units.
Yeah, and for some reason in this matchup, that upgrade makes a big difference. But he sent 9 Ashy, and now he sent Flaming Arrows, and he's just going all in on this aggression. But Goongoon's aging so fast. Look at he smartly put all his bills in the Wonder. He's going to get up, but he needs to have a new barracks, though, because he's going to lose that one. That's my only concern for him.
He is building it in the back.
In the back. Blackstar is about to go industrial as well. So, like, you think it's okay.
Oh, wow. 2,000 food and 1,000 coin in his inventory right now. You're absolutely right. Gonna click on that industrial button. Once you get to industrial and you get the guard upgrade or access to that ×2 flaming... Well, you get 4 flaming arrows ×2. You can send that. And I think there's like a 15 Yumi shipment or 20 Yumi or something ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it in his deck, but Shogun Tokugawa.
I mean, Goongoon does know that every time that Blackstar ages up, he's putting himself in a really vulnerable spot. Like, these 2 flaming arrows are just going to get here now. Ooh, losing those Yumi is kind of bad.
Ooh, he needs to squeeze as much value out of everything. Just like, oh wow, like there were 5 of them there, and like they didn't. Just got too close. Like, you have to be really careful about where you're putting them. But
yeah, veterans coming in.
What do you think of this fight here? I mean, yes, he has 2 flaming arrows in the back, but there aren't that many green musketeers here.
I mean, who really cares about this fight is what I think. Like, this guy's going industrial right now.
Yeah, that's true. And,
he's like halfway there.
Like, at this point, Goongoon's perfectly like, oh, I'm gonna make units. I'm looking okay. I'm surprised I'm still alive. But actually, that's only because when he sees Blackstar up to industrial, he's gonna be pretty sad.
Yeah, but this is my point. Like, I wish this style wasn't successful, but it is. Like, I know it's just really good. Like how else could you like he's just randomly able to go industrial. That's not very common in any matchup.
No, though these two civs are particularly boomy, and perhaps that's just because of that.
It's just the flaming arrows and the 9 Ashy card, or the 8 Ashy card, just randomly buy enough time to go industrial somehow. Like, it never used to do that, but now it does. And so Blackstar is just about to pop industrial now. He doesn't have enough resources to upgrade anything, but look like he can start sending ridiculous things like 4 flaming arrow. And he gets a free daimyo as well.
Free daimyo. Yeah, there it is. Wow, and that thing is obviously a really strong unit, 1,000 hit points with a 46 hand attack, but also increases the stats of all of his other units that are in the area. And yeah, he's not going to get the upgrades as you're pointing out, but 4 flaming arrows, like how many resources is that? Like a flaming arrow, I assume is about 500, 400 times
100.
4.
Yeah,
Like,
it's 100, 300, so
yeah.
it's 1,600 resources, which is a standard industrial age shipment. But
yeah, it's so good. But here, though, I think this is where Goongoon has to punish him for that age up. The flaming arrow getting a nice shot off on that other one there, though it is still alive because they're not quite as strong as cannons and they don't kill each other in a two shots kills above. But actually here, even without the first industrial age shipment, he's gonna clear this up.
see, it's just
whoa,
like,
it just
how? Like, he just randomly went industrial and had more units. I just don't understand. And this is what happens every single game. It just that strategy just has to be the best. Otherwise, it wouldn't be happening like this every game.
And
this game's over. Yeah, there you go.
In the Japan mirror, that is, though, happening perhaps more frequently. Also, in other matchups, this might not happen all the time.
Yeah, exactly. That strat's it's just good. It's awesome.
I love how that daimyo, I'm not quite sure where he was storing those flaming arrows, but he must have a very large anal cavity, put it that way.
Maybe it's in with the horse. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, there is a horse there as well. That confuses me every time. Like, it's so funny. Like, you just out of nowhere, like, just this shipment arrives at the daimyo. Like, but that does conclude the second game in this series, bringing the score up to 2-0, I believe, in Black Star's favor. Obviously, Black Star, I didn't say this at the beginning of this game, but possibly one of the stronger players in this tournament, and one of the favorites to win, actually. Very, very strong player. We'll see what he can do in the final match, though. Goongoon's certainly very good as well, and I just think it's unlucky that he got paired against Black Star in this round of 32. But stay tuned, everybody. Heading into the next game right about now.